All right, the 2 minute check-in method. Ladies, this method changed my freaking life. And we don't even have to call it a method. We could just call it lingering. We could just call it like becoming aware of what we're doing and where we are. It's just a pause, okay? I just coined it the 2 minute check-in method. So I hope you spend some time doing less and getting comfortable with that because that's the precursor to the check-in, okay? So you have the PDF there, look at it, and all it is spending 2 minutes where you're at during a transition. Okay, I'm gonna give an example of how I started. I was working full time. I had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. I would work 9 hours straight, seeing 9 clients back to back. Get in the car. I had a 12-minute drive. I'd pick up my kids. They're always the last ones to get picked up. I was overstimulated from the day. They were overstimulated, and it was just like a disaster. And then we'd get home and do the evening hustle. So when I started checking in with myself, I did this on my car ride. And I was able to be like, okay, go through every hour of every day and be like, wow, that was a stressful conversation. Ugh, I'm still carrying that. And I was able to slowly start releasing everything from the day, just like using my breath, like, wow, that was stressful. I release it. I was able to realize that every stressful situation, the body holds the stress, by the way. My body was holding the stress in my like neck and shoulders. At the end of the day, I'd always be like to my husband, why can't I move my neck? What's wrong with me? It was the stress. But this habit alone freaking changed my life. And the research behind it, if I'm just asking you to do 2 minutes a day, but if you can do 2 minutes a day, 2 times a day for 2 weeks, the research says how drastic the shift in your nervous system will be. Okay. And you just pick a transition. Maybe it's before you wake up the kids in the morning. Maybe it's before you're cooking, you're getting ready before you sit down for dinner, right? Because you're still like this and you go to sit down and you're like yelling at your kids. Like, we need those transition times, guys. If you go task, that's it. You're reinforcing to your nervous system, I love being in fight or flight. Let's stay here. The 2 minute check-in stops the pattern, okay? So we're going to start. It starts with 75 seconds of deep breathing. Why 75? Because we have something cool called the vagus nerve. Vagus means wandering. You got a whole bunch of nerves in your head, in your body. Like it was like millions. But like cranial nerves, the vagus nerve runs here all the way through all the major organs in your body, through the heart and through the lungs, okay? And we're going to talk about when it comes to stress, there's a lot that we can't really control, right? Like we don't really control our breath. We just breathe on our own, but we can control our breath. And the breath is the gateway to the parasympathetic, to getting into rest and digest, okay? When you stimulate the vagus nerve by taking slow, long exhales, when you do your slow, long exhale, you can literally feel your heart rate dropping, okay? Because that nerve, you're stimulating the nerve that goes through the heart and the lungs. You're slowing down your breath, you're slowing down the heart rate. And in 75 seconds, your nervous system starts to shift. It's amazing, guys. It takes practice. The first few times you do this, your brain and your nervous system are going to be like, that was dumb. That was a waste of time. Anything new is going to feel a little weird at first. Give it a few chances and do it with intention, okay? During that transition, you're like, I don't want to carry that stress over to my children. I don't want to carry this all day. So this is when you check in. You're picking the time of day, okay? All right, 75 seconds of deep breathing. The physiological sigh is the easiest. Chances are you may already practice breath work, okay? So the long double inhale, hold, and then the longest, slowest exhale, where you push all the air out. You're going to do that for 75 seconds, okay? For the sake of time, I want you to pause and do that with your hand on your heart and your belly, just to help you build awareness. 5 or 6 breaths is probably 75 seconds. If you need to do more, do more. And when you're doing the long, slow exhale, you're going to feel tension leaving the body. You're going to like, my shoulders always up here. I'm like, I'm not stressed. And then like, every exhale, like, Like it just like releases. You might be holding your gut. A lot of us hold in our glutes and our back and our hips. Like you might just like soften your belly, like girl, I've been sucking it in all day. Let it out. All right. And now that you've done your 5 or 6 deep breaths, you'll notice a shift. You might all of a sudden feel tired. You might yawn. That means you did it. That means you regulated. You shifted. Okay. Now, if you need to do a little longer, and you can, go for it. Next is the sensory 5. So we have 5 senses. Well, actually we have 8. I'm an OT. We could talk about the sensory system all day. We're using our 5 senses to orient, to drop into the body and drop into the environment. Because we're usually up here, y'all. An overactive mind is an underactive body. I'm pretty sure I didn't feel anything in my body for like 30 years. And I'm not kidding. Like, I played soccer with a broken pelvis. I couldn't feel my legs for months, and I kept going. Like, that's pretty fucked up. It's because I was so disconnected from my body, and I'm still paying the consequences for that. And that's still my go-to. My body just chooses to do that, but I have to bring awareness back. So you're going to use the sensory 5 to drop into the body. And sometimes this can be uncomfortable if you've been disconnected. If you're a survivor of trauma, your nervous system has learned to just not be here, okay? So whatever sensations you start to feel, be gentle with yourself and don't beat yourself up. Remember, this is your nervous system. The body holds everything, guys. Dude, the body holds shit that happened to you when you were 3. It holds what happened last week, okay? So stuff is going to happen. You're going to feel the things when you start checking in, okay? So the sensory 5, your sensitivities are your strengths. So if you're really sensitive to touch and feel and auditory input, that's where you're going to start. I always start with, I close my eyes and I pick 5 things I hear. Okay, after your breath, and your body will be able to pick up on this. And after I explain these things, pause it and do the sensory 5, okay? 5 things I hear. Or you could do 5 things I feel. Be very specific, okay? I feel tension in the back of my neck. I feel a scratchy throat. My shorts feel very tight on my belly, okay? What you feel in the body. Bring awareness to the body, okay? So you've done hearing, you've done feeling, you can do seeing. Any order that feels right. Be really specific about what you see. If you're around your kids and you're checking in, you could be like, ooh, she's had that ketchup stain on her mouth for a while. Be like, oh, yeah, she does have a new freckle. And be like, that sock over there in the corner, that's been there for a few days. If you're outside, notice one leaf blowing in the wind. Checking in outside is the best, y'all, because that energy and frequency of being outside, woo, it just grounds you even faster. This is grounding. We're getting to the body, okay? 2 things you smell, 1 thing you taste, okay? This is your practice. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's whatever feels good to you, okay?